Hey guys, Sammy here with Blue Feather Homestead. Welcome back to my channel. Do you guys hear that noise? Do you hear that low hum? It's my freezer. It's my freezer. My husband has replaced the fan, I believe, 2 times. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get this freezer cleaned out. It's long overdue anyway, but I just thought I'd go ahead and get a head start on it just because I know if it goes out, it's just going to be like a mad rush to, get everything out of this freezer and take it to the shop freezer. I broke out my Presto Dehydrator, and it comes with just basic trays like this, and then you can buy these separately. This is like for fruit leather and things like that. But anyway, I had made some of these smaller type of things to put on, and for frozen vegetables and things like that, so that they don't fall through the holes. Well, I bought those sheets, I cut them and everything, but I can only find 3 sheets. So I kind of got into panic mode. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Where did they go? So anyway, I have come up with this plan, and I'm really hoping that it works. This is my cheesecloth. It just comes in a pack like this. It's food grade. It's 100% cotton, 100% cotton, food grade, and so it's cheesecloth, okay? And it comes in this big thing like this. So I have quite a bit of it, and I am hoping that this is going to work. I'm going to lay this on here and put my vegetables on, and I have, I'll just, cut more sheets. I don't think I have a whole lot of frozen vegetables, but we'll see what we have, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm just going to spread these out. This is going to be a test. I sure hope it works. The reason I say that is I don't think it'll get hot enough, that it might catch on fire or something. That'd be horrible. But anyway, I'm just going to spread these veggies out here. These are just some mixed vegetables that I got on sale. I think I've got some green beans in there that need to be done from last year's harvest. So there's that. And I mean, when these shrink up, they shrink up so small. Let me see which one is next here. And you don't even necessarily need a dehydrator to dehydrate veggies. My brother has a dehydrator that he built, and it's outside, and the sun will dehydrate his foods, or make beef jerky or whatever. You can put them in your oven, and I believe you can put it on 200 or warm or something like that and leave them in there. But, you're leaving your oven door open, and it does take a while. This is going to take probably about 11 hours to dehydrate. If you've got clumps here, just crunch them up. But you know what? This is just long overdue. My freezer has needed to be cleaned out. I'm telling you, it is cram-packed full. I only have 2 more trays with this dehydrator. One of these days I might get one of those Excalibur, but you know what? This is just, I've had this thing for years, and it has done just fine. You're not able to set a temperature, but I believe it's like 150 degrees, and that's what you would set your dehydrator. If you do have a temperature, you want to set it at about 150 degrees, I believe. I'm going to put just a little bit more on this one. Okay, you can see that these are just kind of overlapped on here. I just kind of dumped them on here. But after they dehydrate, you will see that, I mean, they just shrink up so much. They get so small. I have, how many pounds? I have 2 pounds here and 2 pounds here. And, vegetables that were in my freezer. It really was taking up a lot of space. And these this is 4 pounds of vegetables. This 4 pounds of vegetables, after dehydrated, is probably going to fill up a pint-sized jar. I mean, it just shrinks down to nothing. And then it's just so easy to reconstitute your vegetables. You can, or you can throw them in your crock pot if you want to do that. But you can always just soak them in a bowl of water if you just want it as a side dish. They're just, possibilities are just endless, okay? These are good in casseroles and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and get it started. Like I said, it's going to take about 11 hours. I'll let you know exactly at the end how long it took. Mine does not have an on-off button or a way to set the temperature. So I am just going to put the lid on here and plug it in and get it going. Okay? And I'll get back to you. I'm back. This is day 2 of the dehydrating, and they've been dehydrating probably for about, I say max 10 hours. And if you can see here, they're looking pretty good. I want you to know that in between, I would say probably about 4 or 5 hours in, I rotated my trays, and I'll just kind of show you here. I just kind of lifted them up here. They tend to dry a lot faster on my bottom rack. And so I just go like this, set this on the side here, and put it back on. And that's how I rotate my trays. And then I'll just put the lid back on and plug it back in and let her go. Okay, so we'll just start with this tray here. It looks like the cheesecloth did a really fine job. It's kind of stuck to the bottom a little bit. But hey, this is great. One way that you can tell if these are completely dehydrated or not is if you take a veggie and drop it on your counter, you'll kind of hear like a ping, ping. I don't know if you can hear. Not a plump. Here's a little pea. It's just bouncing everywhere, okay? That's dry. So these are dry, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these in a mason jar. I'm gonna start with a quart. Right here, this is 4 pounds of mixed vegetables. This is a quart, and I will start by filling that up and see how, where we're at on that. They're sticking a little bit on here. All right, I decided let's work smarter, not harder. I am going to try to dump this, the vegetables into here first, and then that way I can just kind of pour it into my jar rather than trying to fuss with this cheesecloth here. Let's just do this. And then I'm just going to get the excess veggies that are kind of stuck on here. So far, really the only downfall to this cheesecloth is that you just kind of have to, take off the extras here that are kind of stuck on the cheesecloth, as you can see that I'm doing. No big deal. Really, this has worked out great. So if you ever, don't know what to use, just look around and see what'll work for you. I'm glad I had this cheesecloth handy because I just didn't know what I was going to use. I knew that they would fall through those holes. Okay, let's go ahead and try this out. See how much we have here. This is 4 pounds of frozen mixed vegetables. Oh, it looks like it's going to be just absolutely perfect. Look at that. So of course, if you're going to add these to stews or soups or what have you, if you want to just constitute them and have a side dish of vegetables, of course you're not going to want to pull out like a half of this jar because this is quite a bit of vegetables. They will grow. Okay. You can actually also crush this up and make a powder, and then for the powder you can use it in your dips and things like that. You can also make like instant soups and stuff. Now we have some options here. So what I'm going to do today is use my food saver, okay? So to vacuum seal your jar with the food saver, if you have that attachment, is you just put your lid on and then you put this on top of it, okay? And then you just hit your button that says vacuum seal. If you have this model, you might have a different one, and you just hit vacuum seal to push that button, and it'll just take all that air out of there, and it will vacuum seal it for you, okay? It automatically turns off when it's done. You pull this off, and your lid, will be sealed. Okay, so that's one way to do it. You can also use oxygen absorbers if you want. You know, you just throw, I think these are like 300 cc's. That might be a bit much for this little jar. I don't know. I would have to look into how much you would need for this. So anyway, you would just drop that in there, put your lid on, put your ring on, and then that'll be fine. And it might even, you know, seal that up for you. It probably will seal it up for you. So there's that. So that's it, guys. That is 4 pounds of frozen vegetables dehydrated into 1 quart jar. All those vegetables fit into this 1 quart jar. And aren't they beautiful? I think they are just so pretty. That'd be so pretty sitting on a shelf or in your pantry with your other dry goods. But anyway, so that's it. That'll spare up some room in my freezer. And this is just the beginning, folks. I got a lot more to clean out, but hey, it's a start. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.